Yeah, let's think through. How do you want to prep this?
We have, a new fender. Obviously, I jammed this fender already. We're not going to touch the hood. We're not touching the A-pillar.
Right.
We're going to blend the door. So the first thing I do is I sand, I'll clean my panels first, get them cleaned, and then I will tape off what I'm not going to sand.
Right.
So for starters, I'm not allowed to use solvent-based cleaner.
Oh, Northeast, we use it all day long.
And our cars get pre-washed, so they're already pretty clean, but just to be safe, it's gone through some hands. You don't need to put a fender on it. I'm going to wipe the blend door down with some.
Okay.
I wipe my blend doors down with acetone.
Okay.
I try not to, with clean acetone, not dirty.
Got it.
You don't want to use dirty. If
Fresh.
Clean, when you do a white car, you leave fingerprints, like you touch things, your hands get dirty. Acetone wipes that off, phenomenally. So.
Perfect.
So I'll soak my rag in it. I'll crack it so I don't touch anything, plastic, anything like that. I'll wipe this door down. That way I get whatever's on it off. I'll take a little spot out. I'll even try to hit the jambs initially before I even start cooking. Let's see what you get. When I go to tape this car, I'm going to wipe it again obviously, but you always want to be ahead of it as well, so that way if I did it right now, I'm not going to forget. So that's essentially what you don't want on your car when you go to tape it and or prep the car. You want to keep it as clean as possible. So now we'll get the car ready to prep it. So obviously, they have the window down. I'll probably roll the window up, that way I don't get dust in the customer's car. If the window has to be taken out, you're going to tape the hole. You don't want to get, anytime you
prep a car, you don't want to destroy their car. You don't want to do body work with the windows down. You want to cover your openings. And if, sometimes it's a new door shell, door skin, they have to remove the glass. Then get some paper. It's simple. It's not that difficult.
Yeah.
So this window will probably roll up. The glass is in it, so I'll just roll the window up to prevent getting dust.
And the line doesn't go perfect. Rather than pick it up, sometimes I'll just grab a second piece of paper and or tape and make it work.
Or you could even crack the door, and then just take the
tape all the way through.
It'll also help wash the dust on a sander.
Right.
So I'll go a little farther in. Shut the door.
And it's perfect.
Spots from the dust, spots from everything. Just to be safe, I did roll the window up. I don't want to nail their glass with anything. Scotch brite, a BA, when it happens, especially if you're not putting the custom. Just to be safe. I'm not going to go up that high even with a BA. I'll hand scuff that. But you never know. You just want to be careful. We have some more openings right there. The last thing I want is the detailer to be mad at me because I got dust everywhere in my car. We'll cover the holes. Take off the pillar there. I'll take off the hood. So
now that I have everything taped off, you have a process per every panel, obviously. You have a new fender, you have a blended door. You're not going to sand the new fender with the same grit you're going to sand that door, because you need soft scratches in that door for your blend. You don't want it to pick up on, any sand tiling or metallic or anything like that because of the prep job.
Right.
So, a new panel, an OEM panel, I'd say, you can sand those, you can leave those in 320 because you're going to seal that panel. You're good to go. Sometimes, depending on how much of a rush I'm in, obviously, sometimes I'll just sand those with straight 500. That way, if I nick the edge a little bit with 500, I'm putting color over it. Your base coat will cover 500 scratches.
Right.
So you're good to go. If you don't want to, waste tape taping it off, but we'll
and I would say that's.
It's a faster way to do it, really.
Well, I think on your comment of the 500 grit, where your base coat will cover it, different base coats are going to have different mil profile that they can cover, right?
Exactly.
So like some would be fine over 500,
Yeah.
some can maybe go higher, lower. Like it's important, and
Just depends on
that's
what
like
you're
a
using.
finesse that you'll get over time. You'll understand your paint and like how
Yeah.
what range you can get away with and what you can't.
I mean, you also have to get with your painter too. I mean, every painter likes things done a different way. There's
Right.
a standardized way to do everything, but that's where it comes in. You know, working hand in hand with somebody. Hey, you know, like me personally, I know where I'm going to have color on this, and I've explained to my preppers, hey, you know, we have a new fender. Anything about first third of that panel, if
Yeah.
it's chips, scratches, or whatever, fix that damage. It's a courtesy thing. I know I can get away with even farther on this color because I've done this color, and I can angle my blend or however I need to do it. Say there's a dent in the middle of the door, I know I could probably fix that, but I will leave that up to the front. You know,
Right.
what if they just want to PDR it? No problem. If I can keep my color more minimal, then I'm going to, because that's going to cut down on cost as well.
Right.
So, but just for purposes, you know, I don't want to nail this door with 320. Since I did jam this fender, I probably will use 320 just to knock down the overspray from the jam. If you shoot that panel off, then you don't got to worry about it. But in some cases, you know, this thing might have been damaged underneath where they needed that fender off. You know, sometimes if it's not a critical damage, say it just got, you know, railed right in the middle and it's just a big dent, then, you know, we could shoot that fender off no problem. I have zero problem painting parts off the car. It's actually more efficient. You know, if you jam parts, which some shops want jam parts. You know,
Right.
some shops they want a faster efficiency, so they're like, hey, shoot those doors off the car, shoot that fender off the car. No problem. That's the way I learned. You know, I learned parts off.
But it's different. It's different depending on where you're at.
Some painters are not comfortable painting parts off the car. You know, like I actually have a better. I'm better with them off the car than I am with them on the car. I can keep everything a lot tighter, a lot smaller. As far as like sealing that panel, keeping the sealer small, depending on the way your booth sucks and all that. It's just there's a lot of variables you have to take into consideration. But this thing, I believe, had some damage underneath, so he wanted the fender on. You know, they had to do a repair down in there.
Got
so
it.
just for alignment issues and all that stuff, it's better to have it on than fight it later and reassemble it.
Right.
Like, oh, we didn't. What if they didn't pre-fit that fender to their repair?
Right. And now it's coated, and then they're
They run the
finessing
risk
with
of
it. You're scratching
or trying
it.
to
Right.
spoon something, and it's just not going to work out that
It's
great.
just a judgment call.
So we've got everything taped. Now we'll start sanding.